Hello guys, welcome back to another Blox Fruits video. Today I'm going to be showcasing the new Yeti Fruit that came out in this Christmas update, so let's go ahead and begin. Note, my stats are all max level in fruits, melee, and defense. Starting off with the Z move, we have R to clap. Mastery required on that is only 1. Here's what it looks like. 3200 damage. And then next we have Frostbite Boulder. Mastery required on that is only 50. Here's what it looks like. You get a giant boulder and you just throw it at them. Over 3600 damage. Then for the third move we have Glacial Execution. Mastery required on that is only 100. Here's how it looks. This is a really cool attack move. Over 3700 damage. And then for the last untransform move we have Tundra Rush. Mastery required on that is 200. Here's what it looks like. Note, there are two versions of this attack. One is the ground version, which I just did, and the second one is the version in the air. Here's what it looks like. You spin and then throw them. It does less damage, only about 3100 damage. And then we have the transformation, which as you transform it does damage. Here's what it looks like. When you transform it does over 2000 damage. And as you can see, this is the Yeti Fruit model. Really intimidating and much larger than the leopard fruit. First we got the M1s, which each do about 1000 damage, but you have 4 total M1s including a roar. And when you combine all of them, I think it does like 5,000 damage. Let's see. Yeah, it does over 5,100 damage. And a cool thing about the transform version of this fruit is you can walk on water. And if you do attacks like while transform, it leaves like ice particles that you can walk on, which is really cool. And also, I forgot to mention this part. When you flash step, where you were at before, it's like a little explosion that damages them, which that's a cool little feature, I guess. Then we have Arctic Clap, which I just showed, which is even bigger than the untransformed version, obviously, but here's what it looks like. Over 3500 damage. And then for Frostbite Boulder, while transform, it's an even bigger one. And then while you throw it, it does over 4500 damage, which is much more than the untransformed versions. Next we have Glacial Execution. Mastery required on that is 100, like I've said before. Now this attack move while transform is really sick. Just watch this. It does 4400 damage. Now Glacial Execution and Arctic Clap, I could see a lot of combo potential with them. And probably a lot of spam with it, but anyways, let's go to the last move, Tundra Rush. Here's the first version on the ground. You slam them 3 times and then punch them. 3800 damage. And then for the air version, let's see, let me get him right here. You like body slam them and it does over 3800 damage. I'm pretty sure that's the same amount of damage as the ground version. Now that's it for today's video. If you enjoyed today's showcase, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon.